Welcome to my chemistry channel, my students. This afternoon we are going to discuss about acid, bases and salts. So in this lesson, my student, we are going to look at qualitative analysis of inorganic substances and more specifically the color of solids or the color of some solid salts. My student, you will find out that some salts are colored while others are not colored. That is, they are white in color. So I'll take you through, then at the end of this lesson, my student will be able to understand various solids and their colors. So with me here, my student, I have some salts. You can now concentrate and make the observations seriously. The first solid with me is potassium permanganate solid. So let me take my clean spatula and scoop some amount, then we make observations, please. So my student, this is now the solid potassium permanganate. You can make the observation. The solid is purple. It is purple in color, or we talk of purple luster. It shines. But if you are not very careful, you may think it is black. But to confirm that it is potassium permanganate, I have to split some crystals into this distilled water. Just see. So the solution turns purple. Is it okay? So that is it, my student. So potassium permanganate is colored purple. My student, without wasting time, I have now to write on the board. We have the color of the solid, then the name of the salt present. So we have found if it is purple, in color, then the salt present there is potassium permanganate 7. Is it okay, my student? Let us now move to the next solid. Let me put it aside. The next solid is manganese 4 oxide. Manganese 4 oxide. So my student, I take another clean spatula and scoop the solid like this. Manganese 4 oxide solid. Look at the color. The color is black. The color is black. So it's a black solid, manganese 4 oxide. Is it okay? You can check and see. So black in color. Then my student, I have now to write here and say if a solid is black in color, then the salt present, salt number 1 is manganese 4 oxide solid. Manganese 4 oxide solid. And this is the chemical formula for manganese 4 oxide. Then I put a comma because there are also other salts which are black in color. Is it okay, my student? Thank you. I take another solid here. This is what? This is copper oxide, copper 2 oxide. Is it okay? Then I open. Then I have to use another clean spatula, or I have to wipe the spatula with a tissue paper. Then I scoop the solid, copper 2 oxide. What's the color? Black, isn't it? Black solid. Thank you. Then I have also to add on the list. So another black solid is copper 2 oxide. That salt is called copper 2 oxide. Is it okay, my student? Is it okay? Thank you. I have to take another solid, my student. This one is copper 2 sulfate salt, copper 2 sulfate solid. I have to open. Then taking another clean spatula, my student, I have to scoop the salt on a spatula. What's the color? Blue. You can even check in the container. The solid is what? This blue in color. Thank you. This is copper 2 sulfate, and it is hydrated copper 2 sulfate. So my student, if the solid is blue, then what it means, the salt present there is copper 2 sulfate pendihydrate, copper 2 sulfate pendihydrate, copper 2 sulfate pendihydrate, or hydrated copper 2 salt. It is blue in color. Is it okay, my student? So I have to put it aside and take another solid. This is copper carbonate. Copper carbonate is also colored. Let us look at the color. Using another clean spatula, my student, I have now to scoop the solid. But the most important thing is to check on the color of the solid. What's the color? Green, pale green. Is it okay? Copper carbonate is pale green. Thank you, my student. Then I have to write also, if the color is green, if the solid has green color, then that is copper carbonate salt. Is it okay, my student? Then my student, these are some of the colored salts, but the other salts are white in color. They are not colored, and those are the salts in group 1 elements and group 2 elements of the periodic table, like the sodiums, like the potassiums, like the bariums, magnesiums, all of them, the aluminiums, all of them are what? They are white in color, group 1 and group 2 elements of the periodic table. Thank you, my student. You can continue subscribing in Mr. KW channel for more lessons. Welcome.